In this video, I want to share an insight I recently had on how to do my work of co-creating my future, they call it also manifesting, on days when it is very difficult, emotionally difficult to do this work. So, when I do this work of co-creating my future, I speak out loud sentences that bring me in that feeling of being already in that future, and that works fine on days when I am in a good flow. But there are also days that it's very difficult for me to get into that feeling of the future. And the problem is that when I would have a few of those days, the chances are high that I would put a hold on this co-creating work, even stop it for a while, and then all the work I have done until then would have been for nothing. So let me first be clear on what is really the problem when I'm not able to get in that feeling. So when I utter certain sentences, maybe I'll give just the example of yesterday, what I did. So I have a domain of my future that's now important and where I work a lot on these days, and that is the contribution, the work that I want to do together with our Father to help other people who still live in the other civilization, in the other society, in the cities most of the time, to help them to find their kin's domain, their space of love, together with, and to be there together with their beloved. So that's the idea. And so I start to utter these sentences. I did this, for example, yesterday. Every time when I utter these sentences, at the same time, there is a limiting belief that's in myself that comes up and that says, and that has everything to do with my youth, that says, yeah, Bart, but what are you in fact doing? You want to make other people happy, to take them to a level of happiness where they can be joyful every minute of the day, where they feel profound joy in their days, and not glimpses of it, but really a nice, profound feeling of joy, and you going to get them to a place where there is warmth and closeness and support between them and their beloved. You really think that that's something you can do, or that it is even possible? Please act normal and just come back to the city, take a normal job, and have a happy life. So that's the voice of one of my parents. So where I am now confronted with every time that I utter these sentences about this particular domain of my future is the fact that I gave away as a child my identity as a true son of our Father. I said on a certain level, no, it's not possible to do the work that I want to do, that my soul wants to do. It's not possible to do this work together with our Father, the work where I'm created for. I'm giving away this part of my identity, and I gave it away in my youth. And of course, now that I want to reclaim this identity, that I want to become a true son of my Father again, of our Father, this is coming up. It's a battle, in fact, between, maybe you can see it, and at that level, it's a battle between the dark forces who created our society and who don't want us to live our jobs on a soul level, and I who signed a contract with them, and now these days that I want to reclaim my true job, these dark forces are coming into the play again and say, hey, you signed a contract, and they make it very difficult for me on certain days to get in that feeling of this is what I really want and this is what I can feel in the future. They block this, and in fact it's not they, I block it because I signed this contract with them. And that's what's going on an energetic level with the sentences that I pronounce these days. So as you can feel, this is not the most easy work. And because I know it's not easy work, I recently created a online free community on School, where people, like-minded people who do the exactly same thing, can meet each other, can share things with each other, and where there will also be, I will organize there also online meetings where we can start to know each other, learn to know each other, feel each other, meet each other in these online meetings, and where we can build up a sort of support between us. For example, I will start in September with a book club about the books of Vladimir Megre, and I also will start now, the 23rd of August, with a discussion group that my beloved and I host, and that is organized by the Anastasia Foundation. So if you're interested in this online free community on School, I'll put the link in the description. So when I started 2 months ago, or 2 months and a half ago, with this co-creation work with our Father, I also wrote down sentences about this domain of my future. I started to speak them out loud daily, and started to feel that on days when I was in a pretty good flow, those sentences worked, but when I was in a less flow, then it was pretty hard to get in that feeling. So I worked on it to see what I could change about it, so I could get more rapidly in that feeling also on days that I didn't feel that well. So what I did is I made the sentences stronger. So I continuously rewrote these sentences, and I tried to make them stipulate them in a way that they evoked more powerful this feeling in me. And that has everything to do with the core of the ideas that is in the sentences, the words that I use. So it's a really beautiful game of pronouncing words, making strong ideas in sentences, making images in those sentences that makes them more stronger. So for example, what I did is, in the first part that I utter, I say in fact, yes, I am made for this. I'm made for this work. This is what I'm created to do. And our Father gave me the gifts. So all I can do is be grateful and just do the work. And not only that, I also made my way towards our Kind's domain. I made my way to my beloved. I did the work, and I'm one of the few now that are on their Kind's domain already, that live with their beloved. So I not only have the gift, but I also got my access to this gift by doing the work. I know the work. I did it. So not only was I gifted, but I also did this work. So of course I am capable of doing this soul work. So that was the first thing that I put in those sentences. And the second thing that I did was that I added something at the end of my sentences that made the whole affirmation more stronger. And I took it from one of the books of Vladimir Megre. It's the 4th book, Co-Creation, where there is a chapter that there is a conversation between Vladimir Megre and Anastasia, and Vladimir asks Anastasia, can you show me how you talk to our Father? Because she says there's a whole discussion that he says his prayers like he used to, and she says, "You're not connected with our Father." And he says, "Yeah, can you show me then how I can be connected, how you do it?" And she utters a conversation, or she speaks then with our Father. And at the end, and that's something beautiful, and I thank my brother Gabriel Miguel, because he did recently the translation now, and it's in more beautiful words than it was in the, or more correct words that it was in the other translations. So I got really close to the meaning that Anastasia led in those words. I just read it, and it's, thank you Gabriel for this. It says, at the end she says, "The coming ages all will live in your dream. And it will be so. I want it so. I am your daughter." And when I read this, it was like a flash and a thunder that came over me, because what she does there is giving us, in fact, a pretty beautiful example of how you can co-create with our Father, and how you can reclaim your essence as a son, in my case, or a daughter of our Father. So those are two examples that I now discovered for myself to make the sentences that I speak out loud more powerful. And I could feel yesterday that helped me. Those sentences helped me after an hour to get in that feeling, okay, this is my job. This is my job at a soul level. And I'm granted, I'm gifted, and I did the work. And yes, I'm close to become your son. I trust my soul now. I can trust my heart. This is me. So that's something I wanted to share with you. I wish you bright thoughts.